Cybersecurity has been a major concern. Cyber-espionage is now becoming more sophisticated and widespread, both on the international and domestic stages. Hackers, especially those backed by the Chinese government, are making all efforts to breach top global telecom firms. Hello and welcome to VAR India News Hour. Cyber-espionage is a form of cyber attack that steals sensitive data or intellectual property to gain an advantage over a competitive company or government entity. The cyber-espionage campaign lasts at least 2 years. The campaign's success shows how dangerous software faults can be even years after they have been identified and made public. As per US cyber advisory, there is a very large size of espionage attack by the Chinese government-backed hackers who have broken into a number of major telecom businesses throughout the world by exploiting known software flaws in routers and other popular networking gears. The Chinese hackers allegedly exploited networking devices from key vendors such as Cisco, Citrix, Zyxel, QNAP, Braytech, MicroTik, D-Link and Netgear in the recently disclosed cyber assault. The US officials said that the hackers utilized the stolen devices to acquire full access to the network traffic of several private companies and government agencies once they had a foothold within their targets. However, the advisory did not list the identities of persons who were impacted by the campaign, nor did it describe the campaign's impact. But the US authorities did point out the specific networking devices such as routers and switches that Chinese hackers are suspected of routinely targeting, exploiting severe and well-known flaws that basically gave the attackers free rein over their targets. All of the flaws were in public knowledge, including a 5-year-old severe hole in Netgear routers that let attackers circumvent authentication checks and execute any code they want, giving them complete control of the device and unrestricted access to the victim's network. It was also stated that the hackers successfully exfiltrated the targeted network's traffic and copied it to their own machines by stealing usernames and passwords, reconfiguring routers, and stealing usernames and passwords. They were able to spy on nearly everything going on inside the businesses using these approaches. Sources said that since the individual's devices weren't directly targeted, they may never be aware of the surveillance. Zero-day attacks or hacks that make use of previously discovered flaws are powerful and draw a lot of attention. However, the known defects remain dangerous because updating and securing networks and devices can be challenging within limited resources, employees, and funds. Let's look into today's headlines in VAR India. Governor Shaktikanta says entry of big fintech firms poses systemic risks. The central bank governor Shaktikanta said that the entry of big fintech firms into the financial sector can create systemic concerns, including those pertaining to over-leverage. The governor said that the big fintechs also pose risks related to competition, data protection, data sharing, and operational resilience of critical services in situations where banks and non-banking finance companies utilize the services of big tech companies, materializing in sectors other than financial services. IIT Delhi tops the list of founders of 100 Indian unicorns. The Indian firms founded by IIT graduates make up more than half of the country's unicorns. Unicorns in India include household names like Flipkart, BigBasket, Byju's, Paytm, Swiggy, Zerodha, Slice, Grofers, Snapdeal, Ola, Oyo, and MakeMyTrip. Over 50% graduated from various IITs across the country. Of these, a majority of 30 people are from IIT Delhi, followed by IIT Bombay, which accounts for 18 startup founders, and IIT Kanpur, which accounts for 16, including a few from IIT Kharagpur and IIT Madras. Research has revealed that nearly 85% of the founders of these startups have studied engineering. Kyra is India's first metaverse influencer. The country launched the world's first metaverse influencer, Kyra, that businesses can use to promote and market their brands and products. According to Kyra's Instagram profile, she is a 21-year-old who is a dream chaser, model, and traveler. She has around 100,000 followers on Instagram within 6 months. Kyra is no human. Instead, she is India's first CGI-rendered virtual influencer and created by Top Social solely for the metaverse. Lil Merquela was among the top 25 most influential people on the internet in 2018. AWS tops global cloud infrastructure as a service market. IT research firm Gartner's data found that the global infrastructure as a service public cloud services market reached $90.9 billion in 2021, representing 41% annual growth year over year compared to $64.3 billion in 2020. Amazon, whose technology arm AWS is the worldwide leader in the cloud services, generated $35.4 billion in total infrastructure as a service public cloud services revenue in 2021, representing 35% sales growth year over year compared to $26.2 billion in 2020. ShareChat raises $520 million at $5 billion valuation. Social media unicorn ShareChat has raised a total of $520 million in a multi-tranche round, reaching $5 billion in valuation. The company had raised $266 million in December 2021 as the first part of the round. In the final tranche of this round, ShareChat added Google and Times Group as new investors, adding $255 million. The parent company of ShareChat runs short video platforms Moj and Takata, besides the ShareChat app, together catering to over 400 million users. That's all for now. Please like, share, comment and subscribe to VARINDIA News Magazine. You can download the VARINDIA app from Google Play Store and Apple App Store for the latest news and updates. Stay tuned. Thank you.